Shafter High School, and welcome back to another great episode of HQTV,
Shafter High School's news source. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Chloe, and today is Thursday, September 19th. Now let's see what's going on in our general community.
Students, Pride Points will be given out Wednesdays and Fridays for wearing your general gear. Make sure to cash those points in by dressing in blue and gold.
This week is Red Ribbon Week, and these are the dress-up days. Today is Jersey versus Jersey Shore, and tomorrow is Red Out, so come dressed in red, or show your school pride by wearing blue and gold.
Now we have a message from Mr. Shipley and admin. Now listen.
Good morning, Generals. Russell Shipley, and I'm proud to serve as the principal of Shafter High. For those of you in the past, this is something that is important for us collectively as an administrative team, and that is for us to have this time to talk about all of your rights, privileges, what the code says, what the law says, and at the end of the day to make sure that you know all of your rights and what you're able to do, and also what's good, but then also at times what's wrong and what's bad, and that we're here to help. So we're each going to take different parts of this presentation to give you that information. I'm going to start first, and I'll finish up at the very end as well. But you see myself, Mrs. LeBrins, Ms. Webb, Mr. Henzo, and also Mr. Wilson. So I'm going to start off first with what you need to know about discrimination, bullying, and sexual harassment. Discrimination and the law. There is California Ed Code 220 that states that no person shall be subjected to discrimination on the basis of disability, gender identity, gender expression, nationality, race, or ethnicity. Kern High School District also has board policy that states unlawful discrimination, including discriminatory harassment, intimidation, or bullying that may result from physical, verbal, or even nonverbal or written conduct based on any of the categories listed above. Unlawful discrimination also occurs as prohibited conduct is so severe, persistent, or pervasive that it affects a student's ability to participate in or benefit from an educational program. Next. Here are several examples of where behavior that may be discrimination. For example, not allowing someone to participate in an activity because of race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, or other protected groups. Making mean comments or jokes regarding someone else because of their race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, or other protected groups. Social media posts that may be derogatory, blocking someone's entry to a bathroom that corresponds to his, her, their gender identity. Making fun of someone because of a participation in a sport or an activity that's more typically favored by someone of another sex or gender. Revealing someone's transgender status without the consent from that individual, and also physical assault of a student motivated by hostility towards them because of race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. Other examples of discrimination would be disciplining or excluding a student from participating in activities for behavior or appearance that is consistent with the chosen gender identity or that does not confront the stereotypical notions of masculinity or femininity as applicable. Threats, verbal abuse, derogatory comments, degrading descriptions because of race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or other protected groups. Jokes, social media posts, derogatory posters, stories, cartoons, drawings, pictures, computer-generated images that may be found offensive. And also refusing to address a student by a name and the pronoun consistent with his, her, their gender identity.
Good morning, Generals. Mrs. LeBrins here. I'm here to talk to you about sex discrimination and the law. So sex and gender discrimination and the law. Title IX of the Education Amendments Act of 1972 is a federal law that states, no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied of the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. Behavior that may be sexual harassment, unwelcome leering, sexual flirtations or propositions, unwelcome sexual slurs, labels, threats, verbal abuse, insulting comments, or sexually degrading descriptions, graphic verbal comments about an individual's body or overly personal conversation, sexual jokes, offensive posters, notes, stories, cartoons, drawings, pictures, obscene gestures, or computer-generated images of sexual nature, spreading sexual rumors, massaging, grabbing, fondling, stroking, or brushing the body, teasing, sexual remarks about students enrolled in a predominantly single-sex class, any sexual relationship between a student and a staff member, touching an individual's body or clothing in a sexual way, impeding or blocking movements or any physical interference with the school activities when directed at an individual on the basis of sex, sexual assault, sexual battery, or sexual coercion, any sexual relationship between a student and a staff member, and electronic communications containing comments, words, or images described above. Sexual harassment is not allowed. Reports can be verbal or written to any school employee. All sexual harassment allegations must be investigated regardless of any separate rule violation involving a victim of any person reporting of a sexual harassment incident. All rules or policy violations will be addressed separately and will not affect the manner in which the sexual harassment complaint will be received, investigated, or resolved. The district will take immediate action to stop the sexual harassment and will take interim measures to provide support and ensure a safe school environment for a student who is the complainant or a victim of sexual harassment during an investigation. Efforts will be made not to disadvantage the complainant or victim of the alleged sexual harassment when interim measures are taken.
Good morning, Generals. It's Mrs. Webb here. Sexual harassment is not allowed. In addition to being against the law, sexual harassment is a violation of the Kern High School district rules. The district will take immediate actions to stop the sexual harassment and will take interim measures to provide support and ensure a safe school environment for a student who is the complainant or victim of sexual harassment during an investigation. Sexual assault and dating violence is considered sexual harassment. All reports of sexual harassment will be taken seriously and investigated. All sexual harassment allegations will be investigated regardless of any rule or violation involving a victim or any other person reporting a sexual harassment incident. Your safety is our primary concern. Retaliation for reporting will not be tolerated. Students also have the right to file a civil or criminal complaint. Additional information about sexual harassment can be found on the Kern High School District website at www.kernhigh.org.
Good morning, Generals. We're going to continue on with our presentation here. So the next slide we're going to be going over is no one is allowed to harass, intimidate, or bully you because of your race, color, ancestry, nationality, immigration status, ethnic group identification, age, physical or mental disability, medical information, religion, marital status, pregnancy and related conditions, political affiliation, military or veteran status, homelessness, foster status, LGBTQ plus status, sex, sexual orientation, gender, transgender, gender transition, gender nonconforming, gender identity, gender expression, genetic information, and association with a person or group with one or more of these actual or perceived characteristics. Bullying harms everyone. Bullying is an unwanted, aggressive behavior that involves a real or perceived imbalance of power between individuals with the intent to cause emotional or physical harm. Bullying can be physical, verbal, or social relational. Bullying involves repetition of a deliberate act. Students who are the target of bullying behavior and those who exhibit bullying behavior toward others may suffer serious, lasting consequences. Bullying is a deliberate act to cause emotional or physical harm to another individual. An imbalance of power. Those who bully use their power, such as physical strength, access to embarrassing information, or popularity, to control or harm others. Power imbalances can change over time and vary in different situations, even if they involve the same people. And also repetition. Bullying behaviors that occur more than one time or have the potential to happen more than once. And some examples of bullying. Physical bullying, such as hitting, kicking, pinching, spitting, tripping, pushing, taking or breaking someone's possessions, or making cruel or rude hand gestures. verbal bullying, saying or writing hurtful things such as teasing, name-calling, inappropriate sexual comments, taunting, or threats to cause harm. Social relational bullying, harming a person's reputation or relationships, such as leaving a person out of an activity on purpose, influencing others not to be friends with someone, spreading rumors, or embarrassing someone in public. And also cyberbullying. This can involve all three types of bullying and takes place using electronic technology and may include sending demeaning or hateful text messages or emails, sending rumors by email or by posting on social networking sites, or posting embarrassing photos, videos, website, or fake profiles.
Good morning, Generals. Mr. Wilson here. Just going to go over our next slide, child abuse and neglect. Child abuse and neglect many times is thought of just physical injury inflicted on a child by another person, but can be also in a few other ways: a sexual abuse or assault or exploitation of a child, the neglect, treatment, or maltreatment of a child by a person responsible for the child's welfare, the willful harming or endangering of a person or health of a child, or any cruel or inhumane corporal punishment or injury resulting in traumatic condition. If you believe that you are being abused by an adult, please report to an adult or a school employee on campus. All school employees are required by law to report any known or suspected cases of child abuse or neglect to law enforcement or Child Protective Services. Reporting harassment, bullying, and abuse. Please, guys, if you see any of these things that we've talked about today, report it if it happens to you or you see it happening to anyone else. Report to any school employee, principal, dean, counselor, teacher, or any staff member that you trust on campus. Report to your parents or trusted family member. Report directly to the current high school district equity compliance officer or Title IX coordinator Debbie Thompson, Dr. Debbie Thompson, at the number there or at the email provided. Even if a separate rule is being violated when the sexual harassment occurred, that will not prevent the impact of the investigation of any of these things reported. And again, retaliation against you for reporting is not tolerated by us on campus. We have plenty of these forms around campus for you guys to scan and report any of these things that you see that we talked about today. So please utilize any of these. We're here to support you guys and protect you here on campus.
All right, Generals. I know at times presentations like this and information like this, I know this took some time, and we do want to say thank you for taking that time and listening and having that attentiveness to what we just discussed. Many of us have known ourselves as we've grown up together, the camaraderie we have here at Shafter High, and we know wholeheartedly there's somebody here on this campus, and you know someone that you can go to help. Whatever that may be, from sexual harassment to bullying to child neglect to everything that we just discussed, we take these matters very, very seriously. A gentleman by the name of Dean Jawala, he's the director of all things Title IX and compliance, and he and I work closely together on cases as it comes our way or we're made aware of. And we are here to help. So with that, thank you again for this time. Please reach out. Please let us know. Simply put, say something, because we're always here to help and make sure you're taken care of. Thank you again, Joe.
News anchor for today. So today is going to be a high of 86 and a low of 58. Saturday is going to be a high of 92 and a low of 58. Sunday is going to be a high of 94 and a low of 59. And for sports, Froshaw football is at Stockdale today. You guys are out of class at 1:45 and the bus departs at 2:30. That's it for weather and sports, and now let's send it back to the main show.
Students, tutoring is now available in the library. Morning sessions are from 7:30 to 8:20, and afternoon sessions are from 3:30 to 5. So make sure you guys get your grades up.
There is a chess club meeting tomorrow, September 20th at lunch.
Seniors, make sure to vote today for your homecoming king and queen. Also, there will be a junior class meeting this Friday, September 20th, in room 302, Mr. Unfried's classroom. You guys will be discussing homecoming and the big event, prom. Any juniors that want to be involved are welcome.
On that note, Generals, have a super general day, and tune in tomorrow for another great episode of HQTV, Shafter High School's news source.